hopefully we're just fixing that. If it isn't frozen...
Oh look, it seems to be moving from our end.
Yep. Right, there we go. Excellent.
Hurrah!
Hurrah! We've just had sound issues and now we're having camera issues.
It's doing well.
Yeah.
We're well prepared today. It's always awesome.
So I am Warcast Ben and I'm here with Kevin Stone, who runs the 40k Wargaming tournaments. Oh, thank you very much for the follow Supporter for Hire, and thank you very much for these follow Mike. I believe that will be Mike, won't it?
Mike Wills.
Mike Wills.
Filthy list, Mike Wills. Which been
Filthy,
admiring
filthy.
these
Yes.
We'll talk about that in a second. So
format for today, we are going to announce who won the refund because
basically it's too late now.
It's too late.
One, so
yes.
Let's just give someone their money back.
Yeah.
And I'm pleased to announce the winner was me. So I'm going to keep it. Great. Excellent. Moving on.
All hail the dictator.
Yes.
It's just...
Yes, no, I'm a very beneficent myself.
Yes, yeah.
But no, we'll do that in just a second. We're also going to have a look at the pairings, have a little chat, see which ones really catch our eyes that could be quite exciting matches for the first round. And
we have got a set that we're going to talk through, but if you pick out, we'll have a look through the chat very quickly and we'll see which ones people really want to talk about, and we'll have a quick look through those as well.
And if there's also any last minute questions about the day, the format, changes, the new missions, oh my god, it's so different this week. Fire it up and we'll be happy to talk about it. One of the things we really should discuss, which I think is very, very important, is the change to the startup. Hey everybody, we have lost Siege Initiative. It's no longer a thing.
Yeah.
I've long waited for that to happen, because that is a pain in the backside.
Yes. I'm really glad, because now it means that when you do that roll off, you pick attacker or a defender, you'll be going
first or second, and you
you
can't put all your army on the front line, ready for a big charge down there on your attack, and then get seized on and get blown out of the sky in the first 30 seconds. Very exciting. Good change.
Yes.
Good change. Well done, ITC. Thank you very much. So, are you ready to see who's getting their £20 back?
Yes, yeah.
Do you want to say it or shall I?
No, you go for it.
Okay. Martin Ives!
Martin.
Well done, Martin. You'll get a refund in the next 24 hours of your 20 English pounds. You've got a free tournament ahead of you. Congratulations.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very disturbing player. He's been to, I think, every single event.
Wow, that is...
Very, very close on every single event. So I'm really pleased that Martin's got that. It's great. Well done, mate.
Yeah, excellent stuff. I do try to make every event, but you keep booking them on weekends that I have to work. What is this?
Quit. Prioritise toys over life. We all know this. It's much more important to have a good social aspect to your life.
See, now Ian's calling it out as a fix because obviously,
Well, it was a fix. We know it. I told you to do it. I'm a dictator after all. No, we did a random roll. It was done just before the show. We will post evidence of such random roll if people want it. Don't really know why.
Ooh.
But it's good. I'm happy. Martin Ives, congratulations.
Ooh.
Now,
thank you very much for the follows, everyone.
okay.
I have a feeling this might be
a bug.
This might be a bug, might be a bot.
Yeah, great.
But I think I think
China's arrived.
Yes, I think this might be some sort of Chinese-Russian influence.
Yeah. Okay. It's quite interesting. See how far it goes.
Yeah. We'll leave that running while we start talking about them.
That's quite
other
funny.
bits and pieces. That is
right, moving on to the more important things in life than a crazy number of random followers blocking up your chat for like half an hour. Okay, China. We've now seen that the entirety of the Chinese population is joining us for this.
Oh, this will get interesting when.
Should we re-roll the vote? Should we re-roll the tickets? Give someone in Russia.
Do you want to see me add all of these names individually, one by one?
Yes. Add them to your blog one by one. Right. Let's get to the thing everyone's here for, shall we? Shall we have a look at some pairings?
Okay, so let's get them up. So you've done this just ahead of the stream.
Just ahead of the stream. It is now live.
Yep. So
if you do want to follow along with us, we'll have it up on the screens in a second. You can also go to the event in Best Coast Pairings on their website. Look up the event, and it's all there live for you to see in glorious high definition.
That's it. And talking of high definition, I think. For a second, I'm going to pull it up on an image rather than trying to read it off the little version of the screen we have.
Of course. But let's have a little look. So, most importantly, think you're up on the first table again,
I am.
Table 1, Ben Hart versus Matt Barney. Yeah, I think you're dead.
I think I am. So I have been discussing with a couple of people what my tournament list is going to have the hardest time with.
And a full-on charge assault army was going to rip your pants off and throw
and
them
very much any of the ones which are like right in your face with everything off the bat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I'll steal my nerve and I'll.
Well, if he wins, he can send his congratulations speech via Stephen Box and thank him for creating such a wonderful army for him.
So just for anyone that's not aware, I have my Iron Hands, which are using a bit of the Brohammer setup, although I don't have the mass of. Let me. Oh. It's the problem with magnetizing. I think he's off the screen at the moment as well because we've got the. We'll keep him there for when we drop the list in a minute. So the Iron Hands list is a bit of the Brohammer side of things, although I don't have the massive pool of wounds to take up everything. But I've got Whirlwinds and a Whirlwind Scorpius in there. So
well, you've got the indirect fire to try and take out a few bits and pieces before he gets to you. Yeah. I suppose you'll be backlining those, hoping for some lucky high rolls on you. I'm
going to be hoping for lots of lucky rolls on every single roll, and probably running at full pelt in every direction.
Yeah, we'll see. Matt's quite clever. I can see him boxing you in some deep strikes and pushing you into a corner.
It's not looking good, but like I said, all ready for it. Now, what was the? We have a quick look at his list as well, just to. So, as no one can see us on the screen at the moment, I am pulling out the phone just to get Best Coast pairing up. So that is Matt's list. So you've got to fill all the quiet bits with humming. That's the.
Is that your secret technique?
Oh yes. So we are looking at it's the Angel with Wings Captain with Thunderhammer.
Yeah. No Overwatch shots for you. That's going to make your life easy. Sanguinor as well. Giving buffs to everything 6-inch range.
Scouts, infiltrators.
Screens. Intercessors.
There's intercessors.
And Asterath. Lovely.
Yep.
And a huge wedge of Death Company and Sanguinary Guard.
Yes. Yeah. So, although the less scary than some of the Death Companies I've played against recently because they are bolt gun chainsaw ones, which not flying at me with too many Thunderhammers.
Yeah, but it's still 4 attacks a piece off the top of my head. Plus 1 for the charge bonus.
Yeah, I mean it's the
and then Assault Doctrine for another +1. You'll be facing what's that?
Oh god, yeah, it's horrible.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 Death Companies. What's that? 60 attacks. Straight 4.
That might even be enough to bring down a Leviathan.
It is.
Yeah,
it's just pure volume of fire, as they say. It's scary. Yeah. And apologies in advance, I am dying of man flu, which I'm going to give to everyone at the tournament. They'll breathe on you all.
Ian, I will turn off the following noise if I can figure out how. I think it looks like it's stopped now because
stopped.
It has stopped, although the noise is still going.
Yeah, that's just really funny.
Yeah. Yes, if I can't figure out how to turn it off, I do apologise. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's obvious. Yeah, that is annoying, isn't it? Can we see the list on screen when discussing them? Unfortunately, we can't. Best Coast Pairing didn't have a way of just pulling them up on the computer, and I didn't have enough time today to sort out a link straight to my phone. I'm kind of glad because it would have been wiped out by all the manner of notifications spamming across the screen.
Yeah. But we can give the brief overview as we go through and have talk about more interesting ones. So, okay, so we know you're going to die horribly to a beating from Death Company. You can see that coming quite a long way away. Let's have a look. Who have I got? Let's have a look. I've got Daniel Ford, table 2.
Yes.
We neighbours for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, well...
Dan Ford's one of the Orcs.
Yes.
I've had a quick look at Daniel's list, and I want to applaud him for having the biggest, shiniest pair of brass balls I've seen on an Orc player in a long time.
Yes, see, I overheard you saying this just before the stream.
So many Orc vehicles. From my experience of Orc vehicles, I found them very, very unreliable. They either go amazingly well or just fall apart at the seams. So
yes.
It's very unpredictable. It's very exciting. It's very scary. It's very orc.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's a brilliant list. I think.
Let's drop that down now.
I might have enough firepower to chew for it all. 20 Gretchen screen to stomp on, a couple of boys, and then those vehicles. We'll see how he does. It's very interesting.
I'm loving it. It's the chat sort of praising the silence all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I'll need to stick a little comment on there. Scroll through until 6 minutes something when
when the spam stops of all the additions, people joining in. See, that's the pool of Kent Wargames tournament.
It is.
You get millions of followers just randomly from China.
In fact, 6HPIMP KBB45. I believe I saw him in the chat the other day. Yeah.
I think he was at the last tournament. I know him. He's a Russian fellow.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very fun. That's one way to ambush you on the way through.
So you're playing against an orc list. What is your list, though?
My list is fantastic. I have 3 models because I am the mighty Imperial Knight player, the only remaining Imperial Knight player. Now, I don't know if you did you come to the first one? The first one we did.
Yes. Yeah.
So it must be almost 2.5 years ago now. Now I remember being in that hall, and I'd say 40% of the list had some form of Imperial Knight in.
Gotcha. I mean,
it was phenomenal.
It was Knight Tank Commander meta for a really long time, and I think there's only about six Knights and 6 Tank Commanders, I think, in all the lists.
Yeah, I mean, we've got myself running the 3 Imperial Knights, we've got Mr. Andy Birchfield running 3 Chaos Knights. I think me and Andy should be having a night off on table 8, 16, whatever is the bottom of the list by the end of the day. But it's such a shift. Yeah. Such a massive shift. We did do a few stats. Let's look at some stats. Everyone likes stats.
So
let's take a break from this and look at stats.
I did a quick skim through. Unfortunately, I got a little bit distracted before I finished the number of Leviathans. I think it's 5 Leviathans across the board.
5 Leviathans.
Which, considering how evil it is, I think there's only 1 Chaplain Dreadnought as well. So the ones that were the biggies.
Yeah, but we think you've got that 500-point difference from the LVO list to ours.
Yes.
So you just don't physically have the room to go as horrific as some of those other ones go. But there's still a lot of Leviathans. It's going to be a lot of intercessor bodies to chew through to get to it. So looking at a quick countdown, very interestingly, as we all expected, strongest faction of the day, Iron Hands. 5 people running Iron Hands lists. And what I found very surprising is Blood Angels in second place.
Yes.
Now, that came out of nowhere for me. I was expecting 2, maybe 3, but not 4.
Yeah, and I am petrified. Because it is the worst. There is an Iron Hands list that I want to talk about, which I think has got at least a couple of ways of dealing with the Blood Angels.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have no...
You have no idea.
No, I have no idea how I handle this. I dropped some Assault Centurions out of the list, annoyingly, because they would have had fun. Yeah. They love everything.
I mean, when you look at Blood Angels, the first thing you think is, oh, so fine, I'll just take 3 Thunderfire cannons and just Tremor Shell, and then you realise that we've got fly keyword, so they just ignore it. It's like, and you know, they're just going to come across the table very, very fast. You've got to get some good screens in there, block out your deployment, stop those deep strikes getting in there too early, and just rate of fire them down. There's just a lot there to kill. Coming in third place, Raven Guard.
Yes, yeah. Again, there's some nice, and some of the Raven Guard lists aren't pure Raven Guard. They're successor ones, which are quite nice. I think I saw one. No, I haven't pulled out the Raven Guard ones in the list write-ups, but yeah, because there are some other ones in there where I've pulled out the combos. There's some Ultramarine ones that I pulled out the combos in there, but
But we know Raven Guard's standard play. You've either got 2 ways of playing it. You either drop in loads of Centurions, or sniper mass fire.
Yes, yeah.
I believe Javier's running mass Centurions again. Very, very powerful alpha strike. If you can find your way through it, it will, kill you very, very quickly. But we'll see how it does. It's
yeah, because that is. Should we use that as a chance to jump into the other list, and then we'll come back to some more stats? Yeah,
no worries. The other matchup, round 1, that's really jumped out for me, Nassim versus Javier. See, I think that has got a belter of a game written all over it.
Yeah.
You've got mass triple tank commander fire, basilisks, astropuffs, weird vein psychers, and Hector Rex.
Yeah.
That's a lot of smite. That is a lot of possible shrouding going on there. A lot of tank commanders shooting versus an army that just wants to be in his face turn 1. So that'd be very, very.
Yeah.
It's not going to be one of those games to decide turn 1. I don't think. I think it's going to be turn 3. That game will be over one way or another. Yeah. Either Nassim will absolutely obliterate him with mass firepower, or Javier will be in there by the end of turn 2 and kill everything.
Because that was it. I think with Javier's list, it's not just Raven Guard. It's primarily Raven Guard with an absolute shit ton of Assault Centurions.
Yep.
I think 12, is it? It looked like close to 12. I didn't count out the individuals. I saw there were 3 squads, and one of the squads was a lot bigger than the rest. Yeah. Which is not a surprise. They're nice, cheap. They hit hard. You know, flamer, hurricane.
Yeah, hurricane bolts, 2 flamers on each one. So if he's got 10 of them, that's what, 60 hurricane bolter shots. Oh my god!
Yeah,
he's actually trying to kill me with such horrible filth.
But then he's got what I sort of got like the Imperial Fist unseen element to it.
Yes,
the whirlwinds and the thunderfire cannons to add to it, which is
it's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, I feel that this list, if you can snipe out those tech marines on the guns disappear. So you can clear that out very, very quickly if you've got the right tech for it. The Centurions, they are a big, hard blob, 4 wounds apiece. Get them in cover for a 2-up save, I believe, off the top of my head. 2-up? 1-up?
The 1-up. They're 2-up to begin with.
1-up in cover. Yeah, it'll be a...
No invuln, though, which is always a bit of a downside.
And as Javier found out in our last game, that if you get a big enough flamer, kills everything. Ashron calls in, does a lot of damage with a flamer, but then played again, and then he came up, punched it to death. You know, there's a lot of power in there. So yeah, very good. Other exciting looking matchups. Now, on further down, I can see our great glorious winner.
Yes.
Martin Ives.
Martin Ives
is going up against Ian Stanford.
Yeah.
So that is going to be Tyranids versus Tau, which isn't that current story in the book?
I think so.
Have they
Tyranids and a Tau on? No, because Tyranids Blood Angels was
it's Death Guard, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah. But yeah, so Ian's got a reasonable number of bodies for a Tau list, and then Riptide Ghost Kill, which is
and he's running the current book as well, so he's got Twin Commander in his list. So I'm quite interested to see how that does, because I've not really read that book yet, and I've not caught up on it. But I believe that's quite a nice bonus to have that extra commander there, isn't it? 48-inch threat range on a commander with twin fusions. Yeah,
there's some. That sounds right in my head. I wouldn't want to, not having played Tau for quite some time. I don't want to. I don't want to say that that's exactly right.
Somewhere in that region, though, there's some good firepower in that. So hopefully Martin's going to use a lot of gaunts and screen out his big Gribblies very well to avoid those drops in and horrendous early death for them. Early bath.
Well, that's it. And Martin's list it's a nice mix of all manner of different Tyranid units in there. There's some Horn Gaunts, some Termagaunts. I think I saw some Hive Guards, some Firewalls. There's a lot of rules to know, which is a biggie.
I'm fairly sure the chat will correct me if I'm wrong, but the Hive Guard is the current best source of indirect firepower for the Tyranids.
Sounds
which could be very, very handy against Tau, because all they've got is the smart missile systems. So we'll see. And I don't think that there's many smart missile systems in the Farsight Enclave units. Now, so it could be good. It could be very handy to have that in there.
I'm not seeing anyone ask about any pair-ups in the chat at the moment. If you do think of anything, get them in quick, because otherwise we're going to run out of things to talk about. But should we continue going through the list of armies?
Yeah, of course. Before we distract ourselves with our list talk.
As Fallon has asked, she can't wait to hear about the sweet Necron lists in the tournament. So
we've got a Necron list.
Should we double check to see if there's any Necrons?
No.
Oh no, there's no Necrons.
No.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, Necrons have actually got a very good win rate
Yeah.
against Marines. It's just they're going undercover. They're under the surface.
Well, this was. I think I read recently that armies of the Hive Mind.
Gene Stealer Cult
Gene
and
Stealer Cult,
Tyranids.
and there's no Gene Stealer Cult in here, and there is only
No.
one Tyranid list, which is our winner, Martin Ives.
Yeah.
They are one of the best scoring, but they're the best scoring in games where they're getting beaten repeatedly, which is unfortunate because I have a number of Tyranids down here, which I would love to be using. It's one of my favourite armies, well, I will still use them, but I'm not going to bring them to yours anytime soon.
No, because you just die.
I will just die.
You just die. You're playing Iron Hands, you're still going to die.
Yeah, I hope, mate. I mean, this is called a crutch.
Yes. So let's have a look. So we talked about Iron Hands, talked about Blind, we've got Raven Guard. So there's our top 3 most common armies you're going to come into.
Yeah.
Coming up close behind there, so we've got multiple Admech, 2 Admechs, 2 Eldars, 2 Orcs, 2 Imperial Guards, 2 Custodies, 2 Ultramarines, and 2 Death Guard / Chaos.
Yeah, so I stuck down Death Guard / Chaos because the Death Guard was the predominant in both those lists. There are 3 Plague Burst Crawlers in each of those lists.
Yeah.
And they're the splitter ones, which I didn't go for with my loadout on them, but they are. You run those up the field because you can run them and fire the splitters, and you drop them on an objective and watch and laugh as no one can kill the damn thing.
Yes. Happy days.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've not seen yet, any of the games I've played. Now I know I play a lot less than some of you guys out there because I'm too busy trying to paint scenery for everyone. But Sisters of Battle, we've got a Sisters of Battle list here.
We do.
Now, Nuns with Guns, I have not seen them play in the current system. I understand they've got the Miracle Dice now, which is very, very exciting. What's in that list? Let's have a quick look.
If you want to pull it up, I will pull up my notes on the list. Once again, this is the moment where we hum to, fill in the.
No, we don't need to hum. So let's have a look. We've got 2 HQs, which are Canonesses.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 Battle Sister squads, Celestian squad, a Magifier, Dominion squad. Then we go Retributor squad, then we go into 2 Repressors, and then we've got a separate Spearhead, which has got Canoness. 1, 2, 3 Exorcists.
Yeah.
Now,
see, that's the notes that I wrote because I don't understand the sisters at the moment, so I just wrote triple Exorcist.
Now, the Exorcist, if I remember right, that is the giant rhino that has got an organ strapped to the top that fires rockets out the back of it. You cannot get much more grimdark 40k than a rhino organ missile firing monster.
And the new one, model, okay,
beautiful model.
It is. I mean, the old model is also beautiful, but that new model with all the detail everywhere, it's
looking good. Now that has got a lot of indirect fire. That is basically triple whirlwind, but on steroids.
Yes.
So that's really interesting to see. A lot of fast down this. Yeah, it's strong. I mean, and from what I understand, Imaginary Fire allows you to take a second Miracle Dice on your turn.
Sounds about right, but again, it is just from me skim reading the.
So that'd be a very exciting. I really hope that I get paired against that in round 2. So if if you'd be so kind, Dominic Matthews, to lose your first game, so I can see you in round 2, that would be fantastic. So, what else jumps out? Let's have a look, see what else we got.
What someone has pointed out is pairing number 4, or table 4, which is the Wraithguard list versus the Slaanesh list.
Right. So, I know nothing about Slaanesh.
Okay.
I've never played Chaos in my life. Talk to me about Chaos, Ben.
So, the wonderful, wonderful thing of
about Tigers. Tigers are wonderful things.
That's it. Yes.
The heads are made of the rubber. The bottoms are made of the springs.
I shouldn't have I shouldn't have done that to someone who has a kid, should I? It was inevitable that I was going to get that. So Slaanesh have the wonderful "We Fight First" rule, which. Okay, it's not always I'm going to fight first, because of course chargers also always fight first, but it does mean it becomes an I go, you go in the charge section before you even get to ongoing combats where the Slaanesh will go first. There are 3 Keepers of Secrets in there. Now, we all know the Great Unclean One. I'm getting distracted by my own favourite. We know that the Greater Demons aren't as good as Knights. They're still pretty pokey, and the Slaanesh ones, fast, very killy, more glass than the other ones, but
Yeah.
they are going to get there, and they're going to fight first a lot against a lot of things. So if he can get his charges off,
Yeah.
and be the person charging,
Mm-hmm.
he's got a fantastic chance. And then in all the ensuing combats after that,
Yeah. Just question of survivability then.
yes. But the other reason for picking on that list in particular is that it also has one of the only non-Iron Hands Leviathans in it.
Yeah.
And it also has some, I think they were Emperor's Children Obliterators. Either way, 2 Obliterators with the Slanesh keyword, which is the Cacophony of Firepower stratagem, so firing twice. And
Now, why would you have the Leviathan without the Iron Hands trickery? It just seems like a massive target to put on the table to take off very, very quickly if you can't inflate the wounds.
they are still a toughness 8. They're a big model, but they're still a hideable model. It's still a toughness 8 model with a 4-up invuln and a 2-up normal save. I don't know if Chaos get the I can't think what it's called now. The stratagem, which is half damage during the if it's targeted during the shooting phase. But I'm sure someone will correct me. It's
Now, let's have a look at this Wraith Lord.
yes. So if you,
so
I'm going to have a quick
Rob
skim
Winter.
through the chat.
So we've got a Farseer, a Spirit Seer, and a Warlock. Pretty standard. So you've got the Fortune for your reroll saves, Executioner for some extra smite damage, Protect Jinx, yep, pretty standard. Ghostwalk and Power, yep, everything we've seen before. Elites, big pack of Wraith Blades, fan 5 of them. I love Wraith Blades. I think they're a very, very undervalued unit. They'll get in there, they'll punch things. Wraith Knight, 330 points. Ghost Cave, Shatter Shield. That's 5-up invulnerable save, so I remember right, it's Shatter Shield.
Yes,
and
I think it's been again a long time.
Blade was a double strength, so that puts you on about a strength 16. That's going to kill most things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's pretty much the tallest model in the game. You're not going to be able to hide it. And it's going to take a lot of lads cannon fire. 5-up invulnerables. Yeah, it's a pretty big target. I mean, if you get the fortune off on it, it might survive a little bit longer. We'll see. And then we're going to a little bit of Yunari by the looks of it, with Incarn, a Wraith Seer, some Dire Avengers to go and hold some objectives, Rangers, and Shining Spears. Yeah, and a Bone Singer. Yeah, okay, I can see that working quite well.
Yeah.
That Wraith Knight, if it's going to do anything, it's got to get up table. It's got to be in combat almost.
Yes.
Turn 2, otherwise it's going to be dead.
Yeah.
A lot of things will just beat it to death with his own sword.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
But at least in this matchup, in the first one, it's going to be fighting against what looks like majority close combat. There is shooting in there with the blitz and the. But then a blitz you need to get lucky for it to be, because you said toughness 8.
I think it's a 7.
I
think it's a 7.
Yeah, okay, yeah. If it is toughness 7, then a blitz might be able to
pop it.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. What else looks?
There's some fighting talk there. So this is the
massive.
Yeah. So Nassim is saying I screen and shoot versus the Raven Guard Centurion spam.
Yes, you would. That's exactly what you'll do. You stick all those guardsmen bodies in the way, stop them getting to your area, and then just hopefully pummel them to death with those basilisks. But it's all come down to screening. If you can screen them out, good stuff. If you don't, you're going to die real quick.
And they'll take one look at the screen as well, those Centurions.
And go flamers. Yeah.
It's, in fact, I would, if it was me playing the Centurions, I would be risking the split of all of the firepower in every direction. Kill as many squads as possible. Yeah.
Well, you've also got to remember your secondary stuff. If he's, if I remember rightly, Nassim's got quite a lot of guardsmen in there. I think he's got probably 30, 40 guardsmen in there. So that's going to be a lot of Reaper body kills there. You know, kill 30 of those, that's bang Reaper points. But we'll see how he does. Let's go back to our pairings and see what else see what else we've got.
I'll throw the pairings back up on the screen. Actually, as Nassim has just pointed out that he didn't get to 90 guardsmen. 90.
Yeah, there's 3 Reaper points.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, chew through that lot. 90 guardsmen.
This gives me a chance to drink loads of my coffee. You see.
So another one that jumps out at me, table 10, Dan Ratican, Jack Lavelle. Now, if I remember, Jack Lavelle's got some Mortarion and horrendous Death Guard, and that is going against Dan Ratican's Blood Angels.
Yeah, so let's see, Dan's. So yeah, I've got Dan's notes on as mixed Blood Angels force.
Very comprehensive notes.
Very comprehensive notes. Because there were lots of different units in there. I think I saw some aggressors. I think.
Let's have a little look. Let's have a look through Dan's list.
Yeah.
So Blood Angels. First thing, we've got a nice big battalion. Captain Jump Pack.
Yes.
Yep. Slam Captain Mephiston. Oh, it's such a beautiful model. Deserves to be in every single list. Intercessors, Scouts, Tactical Squad. Got a Melter Gun in the Tactical Squad. Nice. Go and pop something. Assault Squad. Pistols and Chainswords. Melter Guns. Love it. We've got a Whirlwind Drop Pod and Impulsor. Yep. Excellent. Then we've got a second detachment going in there with Lieutenants, Aggressors, Death Company, Dreadnought and Terminators.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah, lots going forward, lots going, lots damage. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what goes in the drop pod and what goes in the impulsor.
Yes.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, impulsors you get the chance that you can move and then get out of the impulsor, which is different to the normal.
But then you can't assault from getting out.
Doesn't need it.
No,
doesn't need it. But what you can do is he's got scouts in there.
Well, he's got the aggressors, hasn't he? So
yeah, there's a lot of power there.
It's actually, I think it will be the first impulsor that I've seen.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I haven't seen them yet.
You see quite a lot of impulsors with eliminators in them because you can put them in their first turn. They can't get sniped off, and then you can move them out, move the thing, take it out, gives you a huge threat range to get good angles of shooting and things. So we'll see how he does. I mean, I personally would love to see those aggressors going in that drop pod, drop down into turn one, pop out, kill something horribly. Be fantastic fun.
Was that Jack or Neil he's against?
It's against Jack.
It's against Jack, so yes, Jack's got Mortarion, Sorcerer with Warp Time in there. What was it? It was triple Butcher Cannon Contemptors and a triple Disco in there. So there's a huge amount of every possible. Yeah.
That's an attempt at an all-coming list, really. There, isn't it?
That is.
So a lot of firepower, a lot of close combat. I worry a little bit because as it is all comers. Going against a very, very powerful list of Blood Angels with a lot of close combat, that could lose the close combat fight. But it depends. If Mortarion gets up there with Warp Time on, fully buffed up, and rips through some Blood Angels, that could be a bit of a swing time there.
Yeah, well, that is the thing, isn't it? Mortarion is still. I've heard a lot of people complain about the Death Guard Codex because it's one of the old ones and it's only got a page and a bit of stratagems, but it's still holding its own. It might not be top table, but it is, dreadnoughts that can move and fire without penalty for their heavy weapons. I mean, there's a lot of people complaining about my army for that. I mean, they don't get the reroll ones, they don't get the discussing resilience on their... Oh my god, can you imagine that? Discussing resilience on a...
Well, Iron Hands kind of already have it by taking Mortal Wounds and giving 5 up save on it already. So
well, yeah, but I mean,
kind of already got it.
across the board, then you could take 3 Leviathans, which are almost a Death Guard Leviathan list was almost my list for.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, just.
Now, doesn't Mortarion have an extra strong smite as well?
I think so.
So, if I remember right, he has a really strong smite, and I've seen before people playing very cagey Mortarion where they bring him up, smite, keep it back to ranges, use him as a smite machine. So we'll see. He's got a lot of play. A lot of play.
So there's another pairing that's popped up in the group, and it does include one of the lists that I do want to have a quick chat about. So this is Mike versus Roger.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 horrible lists. 2 horrible lists.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very, very interesting to see who comes out on top of that one.
They've seen that for a while.
Yeah. So, Mike Wills. And Mike, when you put this list together, I imagine when you finish writing it, your fingers were black or brown with the filth. So, this is very much the Brohammer tribute, isn't it? Plus those Invicta Tactical Warsuits. Now, it's... Well, actually, no, I'm going to tell you that it's not really a Brohammer tribute, because it's a very much skewed away from it, because Brohammer doesn't have the Thunder Fires at all. A lot of people are saying, why haven't you got the Thunder Fires, why haven't you got the Thunder Fires, why haven't you got the Thunder Fires? I mean, they're great, the Tremor Shell is great, but you've got to wonder, in a lot of matchups, is that half movement worth the 1 CP you've got to pay for it? The indirects is fantastic, but, it's just...
And also, I love the Tech Marine gunner. He's fantastic, but he needs to be near his Thunderfire cannon. So he's not going to be near the Warsuits. He might be near the Leviathan, but then I think that one has Ferris in the list as well. So
Ferris will be playing.
Yeah. So
I can imagine that having Ferris, the Leviathan, the two Warsuits just sat right in the middle of the table, up front, going, "Come and get me, bro."
Yeah.
I can imagine it.
But
a lot of firepower.
This is the thing that I love about this list is that almost every Iron Hands list that's coming has got some variation of the Brohammer.
Yeah.
Some of them might be Mortis Dreadnought, some of them might be like mine, not having the bodies to make up the pool of wounds for the
only 11. So I was just looking at right now. It says what 11 or 12, including sergeants, 13 intercessors in there.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of intercessor bodies to take up those wounds.
No.
True, it's going to be if you're dumb enough to pile wounds into those vehicles turn one. Yes, you've got to get through the vehicle task list to save. Then there's the mortal wound transfer, and then there's the save again.
Yeah.
But if you're savvy, you're not going to bother with those. You're going to start off by killing those 11 intercessors, and get rid of those first turn straight on, and then that whole
the whole thing falls apart.
Is no longer going to worry. But then you've still got to worry about the fact you've still got to kill at least one of those vehicles with Ferros repairing it before the end of turn one. Otherwise, it's going to wipe out half your army.
Yes. But yeah, so I think that for me is why this one stands out more than anything. Is it has those Warsuits, so it's going to have this Leviathan and Thunderfire cannons pouring in the firepower.
Yeah.
But before you can do anything, there's going to be these Warsuits in your way.
Yeah, absolutely. But then let's have a look at the other side of that. Where's Roger Barnett's list?
Yes.
Let's have a look at Roger. Now, I've played this list. It killed me horribly. If it's still the same list, I hope it is still the same list. It was a really good list. So you've got Astraf in there, you've got a captain in there, 2 infiltrator squads and a scout squad, huge wedge of Death Company, huge wedge of Sanguinary Guard, and then Mephiston, Sanguinar, and 1, 2, 3 intercessor squads. Lots of board control, lots of little squads spread out, lots of screening in there. Basically, what he did to me was he made a chessboard of Death Company and Sanguinary Guard interlocked between each other, and then he stuck Astarath, I believe, the captain, and Mephiston behind it so that I couldn't target them. He just walked them up the board, soaked up tons of firepower because you just couldn't kill it fast enough, and then it's just you didn't even use the Death Company, you just used the Sanguinary Guard with the Thunderhammers, I believe they were, and they walked up, and I think it was 1.5 nights worth of dead in one turn. He just absolutely obliterated them. It's absolutely phenomenal damage output from those guys, and I love it. It's great. I genuinely think if those 2 squads get into combat with those vehicles, even with Ferros repairing them, even with the stratagems, even with half damage, they are going to rip the crap out of them.
Yeah.
There is enough power there by a long way. Before you even get the characters involved, those 2 squads can do so much work.
It is an amazing. It is amazing pair up. It will be an incredible game to see. And this is
if we could stream that would be worth a gold mine. We could sell that to someone.
soon, April.
Yeah, April.
If I'm off in April, which I'll try.
Go put your holiday request in.
That's it. Yeah. I'll set something up.
Yeah,
right there, right ring.
Sort of stream. Bring your boss. Put your request in. So we're going to get this going. We're going to get all of the. Well, we want to get all the events streaming.
Yes.
But I think if we can get it running for April, it will be fantastic. Now,
should we give it one more? I've got one more.
One more
in mind. Mainly because he's just messaged me.
All right.
So it's Bobby.
Bobby with his triple June Crawler list.
Triple June Crawler and Castellan robots.
Yeah.
So what's he paired up against? Because he.
Right. Okay. So let's have a quick look at the pairings again. So he is Bobby. Where are you, Bobby?
I think I saw. Is it Custode?
Neil Lavelle versus Bobby Halls.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
Neil Lavelle, great guy.
Yep. So you've got Custode bikes plus the the
grav tanks.
Tanks
with those horrendous beam cannons versus Bobby Halls. It's going to be.
It's horrendous beam cannon versus horrendous beam cannon.
Yeah. And if I remember rightly, Bobby's also got cool in there for
Yeah,
rerolls
for all
and
the
everything.
rerolls.
So,
So yeah, actually, yeah, it's horrendous being canon, and then I think the bikes
Yeah.
are all Hurricane Bolter ones. So they're
Yeah.
Hurricane Bolter bikes versus the Castellan robots, who are also putting out a million bits of DACA everywhere.
Yeah. Now, the big bonus that the Custodians have got in this game is that they are a million miles better in combat, but they don't have the numbers to weather the firepower. So it's going to be, can you get them out of line of sight turn 1, or deep strike them turn 2? That is a strong shout. The shield captains can probably weather that firepower. I'll get the word out eventually, and get into combat, and then you could take the Praetors in afterwards from that. I wouldn't want to be Bobby if the 2 grav tanks get hold of his Dune Crawlers.
Yes.
Because that's D3 plus 3 damage at -4. But then that's at range, so it's got to be over 48 inches away. So if Bobby's sensible and puts his Dune Crawlers bang in the middle of the board, that's not anything as to fear at all. But then even under that, I think it's still 8 shots.
It's still
strength
pretty,
7
pretty horrible.
-2,
but
1 damage. It's enough to chin one of them a turn at least.
Bobby has a slight. I don't know. It could be an advantage depending on how much it's Neil. Yeah, so Neil, depending on how much Neil has come across the AdMech side of things before. In the fact that Bobby has played almost exactly the same Custodes list himself, so he does know how it plays, which is always
fair enough. Yeah, Bobby has gone through a lot of different armies over the years.
Bobby has played pretty much every army, which is
that's got its own advantages.
Yes, yeah.
Jack of all trades.
That's it.
Master of none.
I haven't. Well, yeah. I mean, this is my issue. I play too many armies and can't remember what the rules are. So
that does come to bite you in the backside when you've forgotten to do something. Tournament situation, you can't take it back, and you have to live with it. We've all done it. We've all gone to. We've all skipped the psychic phase, or.
Or for me, it's going to be remembering the chaplain, because it's the start of the battle round, isn't it? So chaplain.
Yeah.
We'll remember.
I mean, one of the other ones you see very often is, right, I've got deep strikes. Let's put the deep strikes down. Okay, you've just ended your movement phase. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah.
Remember your order of operations. Most important thing in this game.
Yeah.
Very much so. Okay,
so we did get the comment. Can we discuss the 12 Centurions and Aviator's list? We did. We said it was awesome. And horrible at the same time.
Yeah, pretty horrendous. Okay, well, I think we've got that covered off then. So we've covered this. We've said congratulations to Martin for winning his money back, which is always good. Free tournament for him. We've covered the match. Everyone's got their pairings up. I will put the caveat in at this point that these pairings may be subject to change if anyone drops out.
Yes, yeah.
If anyone goes, we will have to redo that, but we'll try and keep as many people in the same place as possible.
Yep.
But that's it.
And and thank you very much for coming and joining me on the stream.
Yeah, always good to be in Warcast Towers.
Yeah.
It is Den of Shame.
Yes, very much Den of Shame.
If anyone has got a bigger pile of shame than this man here, I'm literally looking at a glass cabinet which is all just white and grey models.
The two to the side of it aren't as
very
bad.
impressive. There's only like 1 or 5 grey models in there.
I would like to say in the last 20 days I have painted 3,500 points. It was all Terminators that I'm probably never going to use apart from in a fluffy game, but I'll get there.
And I will say, looking at the field we have, the change over the last 6 months going into the Marine meta is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be in a tournament where I was the only Imperial Knight player and there's only 1 Chaos Knight player.
Well, this is the thing. There are 6 Knights and there are 6 tank commanders. I mean, pre-August,
there have been way more. There are almost as many, as many Iron Hand players as there are Imperial Knights on the table, or Knights, period.
Yeah.
So I'm quite scared. I know I'm going to get my butt whooped, but I'm going to love every second of it, no doubt. So I think that's the end of it for me.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much to everyone who's watching. All according to the Twitch chat, which is never to be trusted. Apparently there are 12 people watching, and X 100,000 new subscribers from China or Russia.
Yeah, lovely.
Thank you to anyone who has subscribed who is
not from China or
not
Russia.
from China from Russia. Nothing wrong with people from China or Russia though, just to clarify. But yes, and YouTube's got apparently 6 concurrent viewers.
Lovely.
That one is normally close to the truth, but
Mm.
I think people tend to move to Twitch because you've got the chat going, which is nice. But yeah, so
I love the fact that it's still coming up with the followers on the screen.
Oh, I
Half an
know,
hour
I know.
later.
yeah, I managed to stop the noise, but I haven't managed to stop the little guy. Oh, thank you very much. Great stream.
Ah, very
Thank
nice. Right, so everyone, see you all Sunday. Make sure they're bright and early. Get in there, before the registration.
Yeah.
Get yourselves set. You know your tables now, so put yourself straight on the tables. Get ready to go. We'll start bang on the time. We'll go through it. We will have a great day.
Yeah.
And you should remember, there is time before every round to have that 10-minute conversation with your opponent, to set out your ground rules, start your game off on the right foot, talk about how you want to play and what you expect from each other. So if you're going to play with intent, which I always recommend, discuss what you mean by intent with each other. If you don't play with takebacks, tell the person you're playing you don't play with takebacks, so they're prepared before you even start. Get your army lists out, double check each other's lists, make sure you're all happy with exactly what each other's do. No one wants to play gotcha hammer, so if it's got a trick in there, share it. It's good sportsmanship. You want to know that you're winning by good strategy, not by someone forgetting a roll or leaving a model behind and doing something silly. So hopefully everyone have a great time. I'm very excited. I'm sure a lot of people out there are excited as well. So we'll have a great day and kill some models.
I mean, I'm extra hyped for Sunday. I do have to say, you've all brought tons of filth. I hope you're all happy. But
dirty people.
Yeah.
But then it's tournament. You've got to bring your best. Bring your A game. Right.
So,
with that, let's close the feed.
And,
See you Sunday.